Alright, hey guys, this is Flux here. This tutorial is going to be expanding on the previous one, which consisted of processing a form with Ajax, jQuery, and PHP. Let's recap of what we did last time. We got the jQuery source and included it into our project. We wrote the document ready function and then went on to write a listener for the form. Whenever someone submits the form, it passes in the event parameter and then goes forth to prevent the default action. Next, we're storing the both of the values from the form, which are number 1 and number 2, into a variable. Next, we are making sure they are not empty and the form is filled out. So after the form is filled out, after we've confirmed the form is filled out, we go forth to send an Ajax request to the request.php page. We send the data num1 and num2, and it's sent as a post request. The async is set to false, and the success function will allow the page to append whatever the request page returns to the results section of this page. And the request.php page looks like this. Actually, it had num1 plus num2, which would basically, this parses all the PHP requests and sets them to their key as by using variables, and then it returns the result of num1 plus num2. So now we are going to go on and expand this by changing up our form a little bit first. So we'll change that to submit, just to be closer to being correct what we're actually going to do. Submit, and then we're going to say we are going to actually add another input, which is going to be input operator, and this is going to be like a very simple type of calculator. It's going to require slight modification to our current script, but not much. It'll go mainly into the PHP. So now I got the operator, and we need to go up here and say plus and oper is equal to, oh my god, I'm sorry, plus operator. And then we're going to define the operator by going here. Var operator is equal to this dot find input with an ID of oper dot val. Okay, so now I've got that set up, and it's going to send that. We can actually remove this. No, we can leave it and go on over to our PHP page. Okay, so now we know that people are going to be sending two variables. It can be num1 and num2. They're also going to be sending the operator. Now what we want to do with these is we want to take the two numbers, we want to place them side by side, and then then place the operator between them, basically. So what we're going to do is say division. If the operator is this, we're going to divide them. If it's this, we're going to multiply. The asterisk, we're going to multiply them. Plus, add them, minus, subtract. So now you see what we're going to be doing. We're going to need to go on and do this. So first thing, what we need to do, we need to make sure these are actually numbers. We're going to say if int val num1 and int val num2 echo works, else echo fails. So let's just see if this is running correctly so far. Let's reload. 5 submit. Let me see this. Looks like we made an error. I mistyped find. My apologies. I have a slight cold, by the way, if you haven't noticed yet. num1, okay, of course I don't remember the name of the variables. Okay, Now this should work. Let's hope. 5 and 5 works. 5 and 5s works. That's not cool. What if I did 5 and s? Okay. Works. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is say, I'm gonna, just to demonstrate the switch control structure, I'm not gonna do what most people would have expected, I guess. So we're gonna say switch operator, and we're gonna do like this, and then there's case. So now if it's this, whoops, this, we're gonna do that. I'm sorry, I'm being very vague in how I'm saying this, but we're gonna, basically what this does is it goes through all of the operator, through the operator, and it says case. Case means if operator is equal to this, it's gonna run whatever's in this block of code before the break. And if it's not equal to that, it'll go on, see if it's equal to this one, which is gonna be a multiplication sign. If it's not, it'll go on. Next, it's gonna see if it's equal to plus. If not, it's going to go on. And finally, see if it's equal to subtract. And if not, it'll go on. But we also need to make sure the operator is one of those four. So what we can do is we can create an array of operators is equal to array of this, and oh my gosh, I'm sorry, can't seem to type today, and that. Okay, so this is the array of operators. So if in array operator operators, so if it's in the array, it'll go through and check these, and it actually shouldn't say anything if it's correct, but if it's wrong, we'll have it say echo failed 2. Now let's just check this out. Whoops. Oh, my bad, guys. I haven't done this in a while, I guess. There's not supposed to be any semicolon, or not semicolon. There's not supposed to be any colons after the word case. I don't know why I was doing that. Now we're going to fix this because apparently we failed to name it correctly. As you can see on our index page, we referenced it when we're sending it as oper, O-P-E-R, but in the request page I called it operator with the full name, which we should not have because that's not existent. Now we can try it again. Failed. I forget what. Oh, whoops. Okay, so it's doing nothing. That means it's working, hopefully. But it's still appending nothing, so that's fantastic. We should probably fix that too. Okay, so 5, 5, and then that should give us nothing. Alright, so now it's working. So now if it's division, we're going to say echo num1 divided by num2. And we can just copy this line. We can paste it onto all of these, and all we'll have to do is change the sign. Oh, what is that? Plus, subtract. Okay, so now this should work. So I'm going to say 2, 2, multiplication 4. Okay, I named it wrong again. I have a bad habit of doing that. You guys should definitely get Sublime because of the multi-line editor. Makes it much quicker to fix things like that. Reload 2, 2, multiplication 4. 2, 9, multiplication 18. Okay, so you guys like that? I hope so. Next, what we can do is we can make sure the data actually equals something before appending it to the page. So we're going to do a little check on the data. So if data is greater, is equal to, or is not equal to nothing, go forth and append, like so. But if it is equal to nothing, we'll do nothing. Okay, so we're gonna append it, but we also want to go into the results section. So div with an ID of results, and we're going to find the result, and the reason we're going to find the result is because now when we're going to return the data and append it to the page, we're going to actually store the results. Result is equal to div with a class of, sorry, you need to escape the single quotes because they're being used for the line. So div with the class of result, and then plus data plus, and then div. Okay, so now we got result. Now we're just going to say append results plus a line break. And then every time this is ran now, it's going to say, it's going to get the result, it's going to store it in that variable, and then it's going to go find the current result if there is one on the page, and it's going to remove it. So now we're not stacking up variable, or stacking up the page. So like 5, 5, multiplication, 25. Do it again, we get 25 over and over. Oh, but I forgot the line break is outside of the result. The result div. So now this should be working 100%. So 105 plus. Okay, guys. I just noticed there will be a problem. Passing when you try to pass in, for example, 5, 5 plus, it's gonna fail. And if you look at the actual request, it's not passing in the operator for some reason. But if you do like 5 times, it still works. You get the operator correctly. Divide, it still works. Get the operator. So we're gonna do a simple workaround for this. I guess this could be helpful for you guys, so you actually think this way whenever you're programming. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if the operator is equal to what is it? Plus. So now if it's equal to plus, we're gonna go on and say operator is equal to add. Now it's gonna send the request with the name, or with the operator add, so 5, 5 plus. Now let's check the request. The operator's add. So we'll go over to the request page and we'll change this to be add, change this to be add, and now we have totally completed this tutorial. Oh, whoops, that's not gonna work. There we go. Everything's working as expected. I guess that is it. I'll see you guys later.